Look at this lovely weather. What a day to drive all the way to Richard Hoover Rose Company to do some shopping. It's only mid-February. I think I rush here before the Blue Moon Rose sold out again. I cannot miss them again this year, so nobody's here literally, because now the season is barely starting, mid-February, and they told me last year I can get a barefoot rose, so I bought 3 roses. 2 of them are Blue Moon Rose. It's actually called Mainzer Fastnacht here most of the time. It also has a name Sissy, yes, the Princess Sissy. And another one is from Huber Rose themselves, Dr. Hahnemann. I have never met this rose in person because it's permanently sold out when I get there in late spring. So this time I think I have to plant one to feel how it looks. And the second Blue Moon Rose, the barefoot rose, I soaked them 24 hours in the bucket of water, and the next day I dig a big hole and planted them and mulched them and add slow released fertilizer. And this is in Germany. 1 week later, end of February, and almost every garden center has the first biggest restock, and they are not even unloaded. The new restocked rows, they are not left over from last year. For the varieties, this time in Hombach, I did not find very new ones. Most of them are same like last year, but we have a new collection. I don't know which company is this, but they have beautiful, healthy, young, energetic climber rose. Look at the stems, are very promising this year. And they have also in different colors. This Bonita from a Renaissance I was considering because it's not so common here. And of course they have grafted tree rose. Leonardo da Vinci, I think it makes a very good lollipop if you like this style. And also from different lands, and price is very good. And they are, at the moment, they are newly unloaded, so they are in perfect condition, very high standards in my opinion. But this is 1.5 meter grafted tree rose. I don't know why they grafted the Queen Elizabeth rose on this. I think that will be too big, because this rose is really the queen. She will grow into 3 meter tall by herself. So they also have quite some varieties from the lilac. Very classic varieties, and the price is under €20, and I think it's a good place to have a look before you go for more expensive private gardens. Very nice. I also bought one from here, just not decided where should I plant it because they could grow very big. And 2 weeks later, after I traveled so far to get my Blue Moon Rose, just they appear in front of my house, 10 minutes from my house. That's life. And a new collection of inexpensive roses, also quite nice. The quality looks okay, and it's different than last year. This is from Landi. Last year they also have a big collection of such roses, and this time they are not repeating themselves. So some new varieties, very interesting, very good. I probably will try Some of them consider it's only 11 francs. Burgundy eyes catch my eye, but it's a small size. It's beetrose, which is it will be about 70 cm tall, but the color is very special. I also find a very important one, the climber iceberg. Iceberg is a marvelous white rose, and you don't see climber every day. So I think it worth to come to London to have a look. And this is a beautiful weekend. Saturday I drive to Canton Argos, which is really a beautiful, lovely place for flowers and fruits and trees. This is Zulauf Gardencenter. It is huge. And of course I have to buy this Camellia Hagoromo, which means like the feather clothes from the fairy, something like that. Very beautiful name, and I think it's a good name. This flower has very light blush pink, and these two color Camellia I could not find its variety name. I'm not familiar with this one, but also very special. This time Zulauf Gardencenter have a good price on camellias, very affordable. And here is another variety. This one is 100% pink. It has no cream edge or anything. This one I already have in garden. The flower are comparatively small. And this perhaps, they just don't have the variety name, and I'm really not sure, but of course very special. And this weekend they have quite some interesting arrangements that they did this eye according to the color of the spring flowers. This is a light pink eye with table rose also coming, and mostly primula, primrose. Very impressive colors, and this one I have no idea. This very special flower. They also don't have a name on it. Maybe it's just another variety. And also here are some reddish pink. This year I bought quite some this field primula. I don't know how to say in English, but they have almost more flower than the leaves. Here is the orange section, very passionate. It's as you can see, it is still cold, but the sun is shining high in the sky. All the hobby gardeners this weekend, I guess, are rushing to the garden center. Everybody is excited. They also have very good basket arrangement. But the next garden shop I will go has even better flower basket. You will see in a minute. Here is a purple section. I also got one of these light purple primula. I planted him in the basket at my entrance. Oh, here is a hot pink. Very passionate. If our entrance is full sun, I would also plant this kind of rich colored, dark colored primula. Very nice. But I have to stop shopping primula. From my last video, you already see how many and how crazy I get this year. And this is red. Here is the new type of primula, like a red rose, very impressive. really red. Today they also have some ranunculus just arrived, but they don't have a lot of colors to choose, just arrived. And it's just starting to have flowers. I did not buy any this time because last week I already got 2 lovely color. And they don't do good in my garden because our March and April are very dramatic with weather. It's not doing good. So I will not shopping too much on them. And here is a quite small flower shop, but at the moment is my personal favorite. Most of the flowers are grown by themselves, and they make the most the cutest flower arrangement basket for me. I drive 1 hour to run some other things, and I always pass here to enjoy the view. And I did not film in the glass house. It's also very impressive, but today has a lot of customers, so I just quickly have a look at this beautiful wreath of violas basket. So lush and perfect. The flowers are just perfect, I think, because most of them are grown by them in the backyard. They have quite some grow house. Every time I look at the basket, I don't want to make my own anymore. They are very cute. Lovely, lovely. And the next destination is my last one, is Hoopland Garden Center. I used to come here to enjoy the house plant section, but recently they are not. They are a little bit stepping back. Saturday they just unload some of the spring flowers. They have a lot of camellias, but I think they put them a little bit too tight. Also very lovely, but I look at the price tag. It perhaps the most expensive I have met so far, so I put them back nicely. This one also have no variety names. I don't know what's going on. So it's also red and white, double colored. And here are some rhododendron. Every time I pass a group of rhododendron, I look if there's any Yakujima type. Here is one, but I already bought this one. So this is Percy Weissman. This is related with Yakujima, light colored. And they are not yet unload the shipment. So I quickly had a look. It's always exciting in the beginning of spring to see the first batch. Some of the hydrangea and evergreen, grafted, and of course the rose. We also see this collection in Germany, but in Hoopland they have more varieties than Hombach. And because of this, I find something very special. A blue one. Okay, it's technically a lavender color, but I call it blue rose. It's probably a blue queen. It's quite controversial on this topic, but skip the controversial part, I bought one. And here are also similar collection like in Hombach, Germany. Only the price is different. They don't have very surprising varieties except for the blue one I have bought. And here are some. The dark foliage euphorbia is new this year, but the rest of these shrubs I think is quite common. They also have the climbers and mostly clematis, but I did not find anything different than last year, so just had a quick look. The climber hydrangea also, my friend bought one. We are looking forward for this year. So this is what I have bought recently in these 2 weeks. Camellia, of course. The best time for me to shop in Camellia is now. It's like a fairy tale, this type. And of course it likes acid soil. I will plant them, keep them in the pot at the moment. After flower, I will think about it. Morning sun, afternoon shade. I am running out of pine trees. They are good. Camellias are good friend with pine trees. They are very good with each other. And this one I bought 3 weeks, I think. Now it's in full blossom, very beautiful. This one I bought in Dana, Nuceus Cameo. It's very easily available. It's just price differs from garden to garden. This is a white one. I invested in the Rosa Rose, the pink one. I invested a 4-year-old big one. I also bought a blue lilac. Still don't know where I planted at the moment in the pot. And I have a small pot of Percy Weissman. We will have a lot of things changing in our garden this year. So, and of course, I bought a inexpensive blue moon rose again. This is my 3rd one now. I feel guilty, but and of course the climber, the blue rose climber. I never have a climber with the light lavender color. I think I will plant this rose behind my other blue rose collection. And this is a grafted Salix integra Hakuro Nishiki. It looks expensive, but actually it's a very cheap plant, very easy to propagate. If you are interested, so don't spend over $20 on that. This is a smaller one I planted last year. The new growths are already starting. The young leaves are very cute, light pink, very beautiful in early spring. And here is where I planted the first blue moon rose. Yes, the expensive bare root rose I drive 1 hour to get. And this is a Dr. Hannemann rose. I planted here, already fertilized, mulched, everything. This is my slow release rose fertilizer and mulch for early spring. And here something very dramatic happened after only 12 years of waiting. Our neighbor, not his fault, it's complicated, not his fault at all, finally hired a company to clean the garden, so the sun is finally shining through in our garden. And my family surprised me by removing all the horrible ivies we have here, and also the secret Camellia big tree I planted last year also start to flower. I'm very excited. This is a big tree. So I think it's pretty much for the report of recent 2 weeks, and hope have a nice day and see you next time.